guys, what's up? It's your girl Jay. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe down below. Hit that bell notification for updates on my content where you will see nursing, lifestyle, and much more. Alright, so what will we be talking about today? So today we will be talking about what is an LPN. So as we know that I am officially an LPN, and now I want to continue my education career going into the bridge program as LPN to RN. But I've never made this video for you guys, for those who are seeking nursing and would like to know some information about nursing. So today's video will be about what is an LPN. So as you know, an LPN is a licensed practical nurse, and basically I'm backing my information up with some research I have done in the past few months about nursing as an LPN, RN, and stuff like that. So as we know, if I'm looking down, I'm going to just be reading a couple notes I have found here. Basically, what is an LPN? So an LPN is working under the supervision of a doctor or an RN, and they perform duties as in taking vitals, collecting samples, administering medication, ensuring patient comfort, and reporting the status of their patients to the nurse, as in the RN. Also, how do they differ from CNAs, RNs, and other types of nurses? Well, each nurse has their own scope of practice. We know that the LPNs have their own scope of practice, the RNs have their own scope of practice, but CNA is very entry level. Basically, a CNA is a certified nursing assistant, and they provide most of the entry level care to our patients. An LPN, as I said, perform the same duties as a CNA, but it's more extensive care. They're able to do more things, and training is more advanced, and they have to sit for the NCLEX, which is the National Board of Nursing. Then we know that the RN usually does assessments, and it's hard to say sometimes that LPNs don't do assessments, but according to the NCLEX, the RN will always do the first assessment. But the RNs oversee CNAs and LPNs. They provide the most in-depth level of care for nursing. And their job description includes diagnosing, testing, analyzing results, determining treatment plans, and instructing patients on how to manage their illnesses. Because if you remember, in school, LPNs will reinforce information, and RNs usually hold an associate's. Compared to LPNs, we hold a certificate, which is just 1 year program. So what type of training do LPNs need? So usually LPNs, they might need to go to a college to do like the requirements and just finish their prereqs, as they say, which are a couple courses. You always want to go to an accredited college that is backed up by like the CCNE, or if I'm not mistaken, the ACNE, stuff like that. Different types of accreditations, because if you want to further your degree, you want to go to an accredited school. Yeah, ACEN. My sister is here watching me while I do this.
Knowledge is on point.
She said my knowledge is on point. So guys, how long will this program take? Usually for your LPN, it will take anywhere from 1 year, but usually 12 months to 15 months. And also then your RN will take about 2 years. And if we include our 1 year of requisites, I think it would take at least 3 years. But yeah, usually it's around 12 months. What will you need to study for the LPN program? Usually you'll need to study your introduction to nursing courses, like your fundamental of nursing, like I took that first semester. Then you'll have to take a couple science courses that will also be part of your prereqs. Nursing skill courses like our clinical practicum number 1 and so forth up to number 4. Then patient care will be your community service hours. Geriatric nursing, we took a course in geri care, but we didn't really take a separate course. Like, it wasn't like called geriatric nursing. It was just part of med-surg, and then we included geri care. Then there's population and specialty courses. So these are just a couple classes you might be taking when you're doing your LPN. What licensing will I need? So as you know, when you finish your LPN program or your RN program, or whichever program you do, you'll have to sit for the boards. The boards for us are the NCLEX. The NCLEX is a computerized test that will determine that you are able to practice as a nurse at the minimum. And that will help you guys, and then you guys will become licensed by the nation, and then we'll have to apply for a licensure in your state, like I did in Washington State. So that being said, this test, the NCLEX, will cover 4 topics, mainly I can't even pronounce this word, psychological integrity, which is basic care and comfort, pharmacological therapies, and reduction of the risk of potential. Number 2, safe care environment. You know that the NCLEX is a safety test mainly. So every time you answer a question, you want to ask yourself, is this safe for the patient? So that will be your number 1 question and concern. So number 2, going back to number 2, safe care and environment. It's going to address management of care, safety, and infection control. Number 3 will be health promotion and maintenance, the lifespan prevention and early detection of diseases, and psychosocial integrity, which addresses coping and adapting psychosocial adaptation. So then, guys, do I need to be certified? So that's a good question, because a lot of people think that you need to be certified for certain things before you become an LPN or when you become an LPN. But the thing is that, where do you want to work? If you want to work in the ER, they might train you to do IV therapy. They might train you to do different types of things. But it just mainly depends on the setting you want to work in, because each specialty will have you become certified in different types of training, different types of areas. Like I said, there's specialized areas such as IV therapy, long-term care, pharmacology, correctional health, developmental disabilities. Each one of these specialties will have you get a certification pertaining to that specialty. That being said, guys, are there continuing education requirements? Typically, okay, so each state has their own requirement. This will be based on your state. So based on your state, they will have their own requirements. You just have to touch base on your state and see what they require. So I know that for my CNA, for example, for my CNA, if I wanted to continue my CNA certificate, I had to work a couple hours in a nursing home or a skilled nursing facility in order to maintain that. So for my LPN, I know they require some continuing education, like some videos and stuff like that, because for my MA license, I had to do just like virtual continuing education credits. And once I hit, I think it was like 20 credits to 50 credits, then I would become certified again. So I know that I just received my LPN license, and it says it's going to be expired in a year. So I know in order to continue with my license, I have to practice in a nursing home or any type of job that will give me those hours. I just don't know exactly how many hours. So this is just based on your state. Just keep up to date with your immunizations, with your credits, with your licensures, because if not, then the state might remove you from their list. So this is a very, very important question, guys. So where do LPNs work? So LPNs can work basically anywhere, because we are an LPN, but we are a nurse. So that being said, the top areas that the LPNs usually work, according to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, 38% work in nursing homes and residential care facilities, 15% work in hospitals, 13% work in physician offices, 13% work at home health care services, and 6% work in government and military facilities. And while these are the most common places, but a lot of these nurses also work in the schools as school nurses, the churches, charity places, research centers, and many more other areas. A lot of the summer camps also take per diem or temp nurses, which are just temporary nurses, cruise ships, and amusement parks. So the big question, how much LPNs make? So LPNs make a wide range salary, and this is because it varies state by state. There are some states that LPNs make much more. There are some states LPNs make much less. But in average, and this is also based off the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, Occupation Employment Statistics. So usually an average salary for an LPN is $48,500 per year. I know in Washington State, the LPNs usually make anywhere roughly from $25 to $30 roughly. So that's not a bad range. It just depends the setting you work in, because of course in long-term care facilities you'll be making much more. It just depends where you work. How to advance beyond an LPN? That's a very good question. So the way you can advance beyond an LPN is going back to school, going on a bridge program, which would be LPN to RN, and many community colleges, they have these bridge programs, and literally you can finish this bridge program in a year and sit for your NCLEX. And then after that, you can go and get your BSN, which would be another year to 2 years, depending the school you go to, or it could even be 6 months if you go to WGU, which is the Western Governors University. That is self-paced. I've been looking into that and stuff. If you want to save money, you can do that as well. There's a lot of options out there, but outlooks for LPNs. I know a lot of people have been saying like LPNs are phasing out, they're phasing out, they're not gonna have any more jobs for LPNs, they're gonna just be phased out. Honestly, I don't believe that's true anymore because of the pandemic, and not only because of the pandemic, I've been working in the healthcare field for a long time, and I have never seen them phase out. And nevertheless, I've seen them actually grow more. There's been much more job openings in various specialties now, and it could be due to the pandemic at this time, but there's just a lot more jobs out there. Currently, I am applying for an ER job as an LPN, which is like amazing for experience, and I am going to be going back to school within this year. So just wish me luck, pray for me, and let's keep on going. So yeah, so job growth rate for LPNs is 9% through 2029. That just means basically the jobs are booming. There's a lot more jobs out there, and they're expected to grow double. So that's exciting. So basically, guys, that wraps up this segment. I hope you guys enjoyed this research that I did for you guys. I just love reading and just sharing my knowledge with you guys. Of course, like I said, this is not 100% my knowledge. I just did research for you guys. My sources are fully based off of, like I said, let me go back and reiterate what I said. I got my information from, here we are. An article from Bradley University, and also the statistics information was from the U.S. Bureau of Labor and Statistics. And let's wrap this up, not make it any longer. I hope this video helped you just basically understand what an LPN is and a couple differences from LPN versus RN. Maybe I can make a separate video of the full difference of an LPN versus an RN. What is an LPN? What do they do? Where do they work? Basically the 4 W's: who, what, where, and why. Peace out, guys. God bless you, and I hope you guys have a great day. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.